Let's talk about class. The host that British class in Britain is usually divided into 3 classes.
Right.
The lowest one is working class, and the middle class, and the upper class, which is quite similar to in Korea, I believe so. I remember this word very vividly, a symbol of class. So the reason why they brought up class in the first place is they explain there is a kind of link or connection between class and accents. As the title suggests, if someone has a certain accent, which is spoken in a certain region, then they kind of guess what class they come from. And I was wondering how true it is that UK people tell what class they are from by judging what accents they have.
I think it's probably changing a lot. You can't look at people anymore and know how much money they have or what they do for a job, right? Because since the tech revolution, especially, you know, people like a Mark Zuckerberg or something, they don't follow traditional norms of dressing smart and stuff. They wear hoodies and flip-flops, right? But they're the richest people in the world. So I think it's all different now, right? Maybe in the past it was easy to, or it was common rather, not easy, it was common to judge people based on accents and stuff. But I think it's changing. Maybe people who hold on to stereotypes, maybe they still would judge someone with like a regional accent. It's changed a lot, especially with celebrities and stuff now from all over the country that are on British TV and they're very successful and stuff. I think it's different.
Can I say the UK society has been more diversified in that regard?
Yeah.
Can I say so?
I would guess so. I don't know for definite. I've not looked at any statistics. There is definitely a divide between the north and the south where a lot of the wealth seems to collect in the south of the country, but I don't know if that's just another stereotype or not, but for sure it's a little bit different.
And this is just cliche question. What types of jobs in the UK are considered as upper class? And in particular, do you consider football players, because I love football, as a upper class?
It's definitely a coveted job, right?
Coveted job.
Like every kid wants to be a...
What does coveted mean? Crave or something?
Yeah, it's similar to craving. So, you know Gollum from Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
He is coveting the ring.
He
desires, yearn to possess or do something or have something. They make crazy amounts of money, so they are automatically football players. So yeah, they're for sure upper class, but they don't have that image of an upper class, I guess, in the traditional sense, right? Because a lot of them, they come from working class backgrounds. Maybe the stereotype is that they're not very smart and things like that. But of course, it's not true. There'll be just as much variation amongst football players in terms of intelligence and everything else as there is in any other.
You know, if I have to be brutally honest and completely honest, in the past, I used to think that any athletes might be less smarter than, let's say, doctors or lawyers. I realized that the more football training I've got, the more I start to think that football players might be as intelligent and smart as doctors and lawyers, because in order to play football well and intelligently, you need to understand what's going on. And what's going on is very complicated sometimes.
Sure.
So I just abandoned that kind of misjudgment or misconception. I started to think that they are as smart as any other people are. And another relevant question is that what is the general view or your view on social mobility, which has something to do with class in many ways? How easy or difficult do British people think moving up the ladder, social ladder is? Can you give me some idea about that?
Yeah, I think people still think it's really hard. And there's a very self-defeating, I can't do it, it's impossible, the world is against me, and so why even try? This kind of thing definitely still exists. but the internet has changed everything. And so I think the reality
in a positive
is,
or negative way?
in both, I guess. In terms of social mobility, someone can build a social media presence and that can lead to great wealth, right? There's definitely.
And I dare to say, internet has been changing our world, including Korea, in such a negative way. When I look at all the comments somewhere on internet, most of them quite seem negative and pessimistic,
Right, very.
sarcastic. It's a shame.